Good morning, class. I welcome you to the next session of that is grammar. In the previous video, we have already discussed about nouns and we discussed the parts of speech. Do you remember that we have 8 parts of speech? One of the part we already discussed, that's noun. Second part of speech is pronouns. It is pronouns. So what are pronouns? Let's see first of all what are pronouns. But before that, let's have one tongue twister for you. Surprisingly, this tongue twister will help you in understanding the pronouns. The tongue twister is like that. Ankur met Ankur's uncle on Ankur's way to school. Ankur's uncle asked Ankur where Ankur was going. So, if you see clearly, there is something which is very annoying in this, and that's Ankur. Ankur met Ankur's uncle on Ankur's way to school. Ankur's uncle asked Ankur where Ankur was going. So what do you feel that why so much of importance is given to this character Ankur in this sentence? If you clearly observe that, this is what is happening, that Ankur, every time Ankur is happening. So what is the benefit of pronouns? Here comes pronouns into the picture. This is what is the benefit of pronoun. Pronouns avoid the repetition of proper noun or a noun in a sentence. First thing. Why we are using pronouns? Because pronouns, first thing, they avoid the repetition of the words in a sentence. Secondly, it makes our understanding more easier, more clear. It makes our understanding more easy and more clear. Now, we are talking about pronouns. But what are pronouns actually? Basically, pronoun is a word which stands for a noun. A word which stands at the place of noun. That is why the name is pronoun. So pronoun basically means in place of noun. In place of noun. The words we can use in place of noun. Here if I see Ankur is the main subject, we need to introduce him first. So introduction of a subject is very important. So where we'll keep Ankur as a subject. So Ankur met Ankur's uncle. So instead of Ankur, we can write as a pronoun his uncle. We'll see his here is possessive form. We'll see this in the types of pronouns. So here we are using his as the possessive form because Ankur's uncle apostrophe which shows possessiveness, that is why possessive form of pronoun his. I hope you remember he is him stands for male and she, her, he or her, whatever we talk about, that stands for female. We don't like here, he is him. We are having she, her. Okay, do remember. So his uncle on his way to school, right? So now it looks decent enough. Ankur met his uncle on his way to school. Clear? Next. Ankur's uncle, his uncle asked him, here him means as the objective case, where he was going, here he is used as the subjective case. So your sentence becomes Ankur met his uncle on his way to school. His uncle asked him where he was going. If you clearly observe the length of this sentence and the length of this sentence, there is a difference. And if you read out this sentence and if you read out this sentence looks easier and comfortable while reading. That is why pronouns, first of all, pronouns, they avoid repetition of words in a sentence while writing. Repetition of words in a sentence while writing or speaking. Whenever we are speaking something or whenever we are writing something, if avoids the repetition. Repetition means keep on repeating, like ankur, 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 ankur every time. Secondly, it makes sentence comfortable to read and clear to understand. Clear to read and comfortable to understand. Why I am saying it makes sentence comfortable to read, because comfortably we can read Ankur, Ankur, Ankur is coming again. Now Ankur met his uncle on his way to school. His uncle met him, asked him where he was going. Simple. When Ankur met his uncle's uncle on Ankur's way to school, Ankur's uncle asked Ankur where Ankur was going. See, I took time also. So it saves, if I take not mandatory, but it saves time. It saves time. Clear? Now understand why I am saying it makes sentence comfortable to read. First thing here, because comfortably we can read. Clear to understand. Understand why I am talking about the clarity. Why? Because here Ankur met Ankur's uncle. So maybe this Ankur is first person, maybe this Ankur I am talking something else. Clear? But if I am writing Ankur met his uncle, definitely I am talking about the same Ankur. But if I write this particular sentence, maybe this Ankur is somebody else or maybe this Ankur is somebody else. But if I write the sentence in this form, definitely I'll make the people clear, the audience clear that I'm talking about the same Ankur only, because Ankur met his uncle. Here he is showing the possession that Ankur's uncle we are talking about, and he's also talking about his uncle. But if I give this sentence to somebody to read, maybe that particular person is not sure, he is in ambiguity that whether this Ankur and this Ankur, or maybe this Ankur or maybe this, all six Ankurs are different. Are we clear? So it makes sentence comfortable to read and clear to understand. That is what are pronouns. So pronouns are the words which replace a noun. Are we clear? The words which replace the noun. And the noun which a pronoun stands for, a noun for which a pronoun stands for is called antecedent. Is called antecedent. Is called antecedent. Antecedent. I think you would have heard this term, ancestors, like that. Antecedent. Antecedent means first one, the prior one. Prior one. Okay, first one. So antecedent, because it is coming on place of that. So noun for which pronoun stands for is called antecedent. Are we clear with this? Now let's see what are the types of pronouns. First of all, I hope the definition of pronouns is clear. That what are pronouns? The pronouns are the words which stands at the place of noun. Why? To avoid the repetition of words in a sentence. While speaking or writing, it makes sentence more comfortable to read and easier to understand. It saves time sometimes. Okay, not every time, but sometimes it saves time. Clear with this? Next, let us start with the types of pronouns. We'll see what various types of pronouns. So we are having 8 types of pronouns, 8 types of pronouns or kinds of pronouns. Both are correct, types or kinds. Normally we use kind, types means little bit different. So first one is personal pronoun. Second, I would take possessive. Third, I would take reflexive. Fourth, I will take relative. Fifth, I'm going to take, let me take out of this personal, reflexive, demonstrative. Then let me take emphatic. Emphatic means when we emphasize on something, emphasizes on something. Emphatic. Next, we will be definitely taking interrogative. And last but not the least, that is indefinite. So understand the 8 types of pronouns. If you see, I have done something for you. If you clearly observe something, I have written like PP, RR, I, DE together. How to remember? I have a shortcut for you. You can learn like this or you can remember like this. PP, EE, I, DE. So this way you will be remembering also that we have 8 kinds of pronouns. PP, EE, I, DE, where PP stands for personal possessor, EE stands for where, sorry, I have written R, sorry. PP, RR, I, DE. So where R stands for reflexive and relative, I stands for interrogative and indefinite, and D stands for demonstrative, E stands for emphatic. Emphatic means emphasizes. Emphasize. When we emphasize on something, when we give importance, or when we focus, or when we concentrate on something more, that is what emphatic. Okay, so emphatic, do remember. Clear with this? So 8 types of pronouns are clear to you. 8 kinds of pronoun: personal, possessive, reflexive, relative, demonstrative, emphatic, and interrogative and indefinite. Are you clear? Emphatic, clear? So emphatic means emphasizing. When we emphasize, so emphatic. The pronunciation is emphatic when we emphasize on something. Clear with this? So we'll do one by one all these kinds in detail. So let's get started. First one is personal pronoun. Personal. What do you mean by personal? Personal means when we talk about personally about a person. So when we talk about a personal pronoun, definitely we'll be discussing about the person for sure. We'll be discussing about the person for sure. We'll be discussing about the animals for sure. Because when we talk about the person, we'll be talking about a person in living beings or living things. And when we talk about non-living things, even we can discuss about things also. For example, Ankur's case, where Ankur was living, he was a person, he was a human being. Therefore, we denote Ankur as the personal, and is, him, he were used as the personal pronoun because we were talking about the person. So personal pronoun are used for basically to denote a person, to denote an animal or things sometimes. Are we clear? So it is used to denote a person, animal or things sometime. Clear with this? Any doubt anyone is having with this, that where do we use? And even sometimes I believe places are also used in terms of thing. Places also. For example, Taj Mahal is there in Agra. Taj Mahal is beautiful place. Taj Mahal was built by Shah Jahan. Taj Mahal was built by Shah Jahan in the memory of Mumtaz's wife. So again, Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is on the bank of river Yamuna. So like this way, again we are talking about a place. So even place can be involved in this. It's clear? Now let's see what are the examples of personal pronoun when we talk about this. So first thing very important is I. I as a person. That who is I? And we are talking about first person I. For first person I, we use me, mine. When we talk about we use us, are like this. For example, he, him, his. For she, her, her. For their means like their, theirs. Possessive case also I'm discussing. They, them, we, us, our. That all basically are the examples of personal pronoun. Are we clear? These are the examples of personal pronoun. Now we will see where we will be using I, where we will be using me, where we will be using mine, where you will be using even hers. Even hers we are having she, hers, her. So there, theirs, they, then where we will be using them. So basically for that we have three persons. When we talk about in grammar, we have first person, we have second person, we have third person. First person, second person, third person. Understand what do you mean by first person? First person is the person who is talking to you. So when we talk about personal pronoun, we see the three things: person speaking, person speaking to, third person speaking about. Are we clear? So first person is person who is speaking. For example, right now I am the first person, I am talking to you. So for me, I is the first person and you are the second person because I am talking to you. And right now I am talking about pronouns. So pronoun, for example, here becomes the third person because I am talking about pronoun. So I become the first person, you become the second person, and pronoun becomes the third person. Are we clear? So first person, second person, third person. First person who is speaking, second person definitely you because I am speaking to you. Third person definitely the first person talking about. The first person talking about becomes the third person. Are we clear? Now I'll give you one very brilliant table to draw. Understand this table very well because it will help you where to use what. So understand this table clearly. I'll be using person first row. I'll be writing the rows. Use as subjective case or as a subject. Use as objective case. I'll be taking. What do you mean by objective case, subjective case? Next, possessive form. Possessive. Next is reflexive or emphatic. This is what we have to discuss. When we are talking about the persons, when we are talking about the various persons, what we can use, how we can use, what we will be using, that's what I am going to discuss here. Just observe the table clearly. That will really help you. First thing I'll be discussing about is I. I'll be discussing about first person. Your first person, when we use first person in singular and in plural form. What is that? When we use as subject, first person, what pronouns comes in first person? That is I and we. I and we are used as a first person when we talk about subjective case. Subjective case means you are acting as the subject. You are not acting as the object. So when we use as the objective case, it becomes what? It is very important to understand. It becomes me. Me stands for I. Let me write like that. I, we. Me stands for I and us stands for we. Objective case. I'll discuss also. When we talk about possessive case, in possessive case it becomes mine. In possessive case, I become mine and we become ours. And we become ours, possessive. When we talk about reflexive, we'll see what are reflexive and emphatic. Basically, reflexive, I become myself. When we talk about myself, and we become ourselves. Why we are considering plural form? Because we are talking about our. So I, we, me as the objective case, us as the again objective case, possessive case mine, ours, myself, ourselves. Understand now with the help of example. Understand, I am doing work. Understand. So here I is used as the subject. Who is doing work? I. Clear. Now we are doing work. Now understand as this. Work is done by me. Now what happens? Your subject becomes work. What is done? Work is done. Who did it? Me. So it becomes the objective case because here I is used as the object. Work used me as to do. That is why your work is the subject here. Subject means doer of the action. What action is happening? Work. But who is doing? Me. Objective case. Clear? Next, mine. For example, this book belongs to me is also correct. Belongs to me. This book is mine. This book is mine. This is possessive case. It means that this particular book is mine. So that becomes your possessive case. For myself, I, myself, doing, I, myself, learning grammar. I, myself, learning grammar. It means I, myself, learning grammar. That shows the emphatic, that I myself, I am emphasizing. I am learning grammar myself. Reflexive case, reflecting. I am learning grammar. Who is acting as the object? Myself. Myself. I myself learning. Okay. This is the main difference between as the subjective case, objective case, possessive, reflexive and emphatic. I think we are clear with this with the help of various sentences too. Just have a look. Meanwhile, we start with the second person. So, we'll be discussing about second person. Your second person is again singular or plural basically, but we always use the same thing. That's you. You as the subjective case. Again, as the objective case, we use you only. And when we talk about possessive, it becomes yours. Yours. And when we talk about reflexive or emphatic, it becomes yourself in terms of singular and yourselves in terms of plural. Are we clear? So when we talk about second person, singular, this is what we get. You as the objective case. For example, you are doing a work. Subjective case. Work is done by you. Objective case. Yours book is there. Yours book, possessive case. Clear? I, for example, you are doing your work yourself. Reflexive case. You yourself is doing work. Empathetic case. Clear? Next we'll be talking about the third person again. Singular and plural. Very, very important. Third person. Let's see what can be the third person. Before that, have a look on first and second person. So when we talk about third person, we have four categories, four pronouns. He, she, it, they. He, she, it, they. He, as the objective case, it will be his. As the objective case, it will be her. It, as the objective case, again, it will remain it only. And they will become them. Are we clear? They will become them. Now in case of possessive, is will become is only, he will become, but she, her, it will become hers, it will become its. There's a difference. Whenever we write its, it means possessive, and when we write apostrophe with its, it means it is. Do remember. Do remember. Very important difference. It is it. Clear? Next, again yourself will become himself, herself. We never say himself. He means only one, no? So why will be having a plural form of that? So it will be, okay, we are left with this. They here become theirs. Theirs. Their work, theirs. Do remember. So it become itself and they become themselves. So it's very, very important. By this, your person, first person, second person, third person is over. But I think you might be clear with now that what are personal pronouns and how they are used. Very, very important. This table is very, very important for you to analyze. Clear with this? Shall we move forward? Shall we move further now? Let's see the next type. That is your possessive. Now we'll be taking about the possessive pronoun. Next is your possessive pronouns. Next, possessive. What do you mean by the word possessive pronouns? Possessive pronouns means when you are in possession of something. When you are in possession of something means you owe something. You are honor. You feel like you are the only one who belongs to this. You are the only one who belongs to this. That is what possessive. You are very possessive about studies. You are very possessive about playing. You are very possessive about your mother and father. You are very possessive about your toys. You are very possessive about your belongings. That becomes possessive pronoun. So what are possessive pronouns? When we talk about possessive pronouns, so we talk about the things belonging to a people. So clearly, things belonging to people. So for possessive, what pronouns we use? I think you would have seen mine, ours. What else we have used? His, hers, yours. Clear? Its, theirs. So these are the possessive pronouns used in the sentence. For example, this book is mine. This book is mine. That bag or that books are yours, or that books are ours. That uncle, for example, uncle's uncle, do you remember? Uncle's uncle, his uncle, possessive form. Hers, it's hers book. It's hers book. Again, possessive form. It's yours duty. It is yours duty. It's, that is your duty. It's yours duty. Okay, that is very important to use all this in a sentence. Theirs. Again, how to use theirs? For example, they are doing theirs work. They are doing theirs work. Possessive form means they are doing their work only. Okay, their possessive form. So very, very important, theirs work. How to use the possessive form? It's very, very important. How will you use? So this bag are theirs. This bag are theirs. These books are ours. This book is yours. This book is mine. All are the examples of possessive. Clear? Possessive form. Now we have something very important. Difference between possessive pronoun versus possessive adjective. Very, very important. How to analyze this? How to analyze this? This is very, very important. See, whenever we'll be talking about possessive pronouns, definitely they'll be acting as the object. They'll be acting as the object. And whenever we talk about possessive adjectives, definitely these words will be coming before a noun. Definitely. These possessive adjectives will be coming. They are like saying, for example, let me take an example. The bags are theirs. Here it means that we are talking about the bags belongs to them as the object. Therefore, the bags are there. Here it is possessive pronoun. If I talk theirs bags are lying on the table. Now understand the difference. Theirs bags are lying on the table. Now bag again is the common noun. Before a common noun, a word theirs is coming. Therefore, this is acting as possessive adjective here. Are we clear with the difference? That what is the difference between possessive pronoun, possessive adjective? So possessive pronoun always act as an object, but possessive adjectives comes before a noun. Here, this is what is happening. If a pronoun is coming before a noun, that pronoun is not a pronoun, it's an adjective. That too, possessive adjective. Are we clear the difference? Very, very important to analyze. Clear with this? Next. Next, we'll be talking about reflexive pronouns and emphatic pronouns. Understand the difference. Very, very important. Reflexive, the reflection of something. Definitely reflection of something. When we use the reflexive pronoun as the object. When we use the pronouns as the object, then we talk about reflexive cases. When we emphasize on something, that becomes your emphatic pronouns. Understand the difference. For example, I am writing one again reflexive pronouns. You already know the examples very well. Myself, I stands for ourselves, himself, herself, itself, themselves are the examples of reflexive and emphatic both. Same examples. Do remember. Now understand with the help of a difference, with the help of an example. For example, I am writing a letter myself. I myself is writing or I am writing. What will you think? What will come? According to you, what should come there? I, myself or I, him means is will come or what will come according to you? What will come? I myself writing a letter. I myself, I am writing. I am writing a letter myself. I myself writing a letter. Now understand the difference between the two. Very, very important. See, I'll give you a shortcut also how to remember. Understand here, I am talking about a person I, first person, who is doing what? Writing a letter. Here, writing letter, he is writing, what it means? I am writing a letter myself, means he himself is writing a letter. I am writing a letter myself, that myself is writing a letter. Clear? So this shows the reflexive case and the objective case, because this thing, this pronoun is coming after the object. What is the object here? A letter. What he is writing? A letter. So when a pronoun like myself, ourselves, himself, herself, themselves, itself comes after the object, they are always used as the reflexive case, reflexive pronouns. Why? Because they are the reflection that I, myself. Clear? But in emphatic, I myself writing letter, he is emphasizing that he is the only one who is writing. I myself writing a letter. I myself means I am the only one who is writing the letter. So see the difference. I am writing a letter myself. I am writing that he is writing a letter himself. But here he is the only one who is writing. That's way. I myself writing a letter. So whenever you will see the possessive form, the reflexive form after the subject, that becomes your emphatic pronouns. Do remember. That's very, very important. So how to remember? Immediately after subject, that is SE, emphatic, and OR, objective. After object, if you see myself, himself, that's become reflexive. If immediately after subject, you will see that becomes emphatic. SEOR. SE stands for subject emphatic, OR stands for objective reflexive. Are we clear about this? So this is the main difference between reflexive and emphatic pronouns. Any doubt anyone is having with this criteria? Very, very important to understand. I am writing a letter myself. I myself writing a letter. So here I am writing a letter myself means he is writing on his own. He is writing on. I myself writing a letter, that he is the only one who is writing the letter here. It signifies that. Clear with this? This is the main difference. So very, very important. By this, we have completed the 4 kinds of pronouns: personal, possessive, reflexive and emphatic. So in the next video, we'll be discussing the next 4 kinds, that is relative, interrogative, indefinite, and one more is left. Again 4 are left. Again that 4 are demonstrative, interrogative, indefinite and relative. The 4 more kinds we'll be doing in the next coming video. Till then, take care and have a wonderful day.